Yeah. Don't gotta catch a second wind, this shit like breathing to me. Salt and pepper beard now, a little season to me. I'm a veteran, this war shit is easy to me. Was ops, but they fans now, that's getting even to me. Seen people try to kill themselves to get reposted more. People that's dead to me asking who I'm ghosting for. I don't accept it, but they'll hear this, so don't know I read it. Don't block them either, let them see us while I'm getting older, man, I ain't supposed to be here. Look at these charts, I'm like, I ain't supposed to be here. Writing for rappers, that's like at my fucking age now. Getting so comfortable with it, I'll probably sleep here. Dare you to find a young boy from the hood I ain't give game to. Swear that I made everybody better when I came through. Don't be mad at me if I'm the one that bring the flame through. Blaming everybody else, but you won't never blame you. I got comfortable inside my skin, don't let them change me. I got too much fucking pride when I aim me. I'ma change this world before it's all over. Hit me in between the eyes when you aim me.
Damn. DJ Chelsea Lee.
Damn, y'all heard that? What's up, y'all? I'm your girl, Chelsea Lee. I'm DJing. I'm putting a little sounds and energy to the vibe here. We're going to send it over to DevNasty, and he's going to show y'all what the fuck we here for.
What up, what up, what up, what up? It's Dangerous DevNasty, a.k.a. Devinwade, a.k.a. Devwade, a.k.a. whatever you want to call me. And this is the podcast show, whatever you want to call this, that has no name. And today I got Mr. Run CMD with me.
Yo,
Puerto Rich. He got his Puerto Rican colors on today. You know, real heavy.
Can I add to your nicknames?
Go ahead.
Can we do Milk the Dev?
Yeah. I'm cool with that. I'm Milk the Dev. I'm also known
to add to the ball head waves.
Yeah, I'm also
Milk the Dev.
I'm also known as Melvin Blade to a lot of people too. Like Melvin Blade for
and
some
now
reason.
Milk the Dev.
Yeah, Milk the Dev in the building. It's also here we have Waleita.
Why do you want to make it real Puerto Rican?
Because it's already Waleska, which is like, what the fuck is that?
It gotta be Walita La Frita.
Yeah.
Because she's so cold.
Oh,
we already know she's cold.
That's a good one right there. You know, we got her in the building. Fashionista, always stunting on everybody.
You already
know. And the person I got next to her, actually, y'all have heard about this dude a whole
They
lot.
get a lot of stories, and I'm here to straighten the record.
No, there's no straightening the record. This guy right here, some people know him as Trax. Some people know him as Trax Trigger. A lot of people know him as Don Michael Jr. A lot of people know him as MySpace Trax.
No,
because
nobody knows me as that.
Because
nobody knows me as that.
Because people know me as MySpace Dev because I allegedly put my dick on MySpace, which is true. It was not even allegedly.
Why are we starting here?
But now I just want to put this out there. I want to put this out there. This is the nigga who originally did it. That he was a bad influence on my life.
I didn't
as a
tell
young
him
boy.
to do anything.
But you did it, and you got a good response from bitches. And I wanted to do the same thing, so I threw mine up. That's how this all popped off. He was the original nigga that threw his up.
I threw my piece up.
Yeah,
big deal.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal. Back then, it wasn't a big deal.
What year you threw the piece up? So we know, just so we could elaborate if it was a big deal or not.
What year was mine?
If it was inappropriate.
This was definitely 2006, 2007.
Yeah, it had to be around that time.
2006.
Real quick for the people though, because I know about you guys. How did y'all meet? When did y'all meet? Devwade and Trax Trigger. Let's talk about that.
Oh, I'll tell you straight up.
Yeah.
What happened was I went to somebody's crib. I was working at MySpace. I said MySpace. I was working at I was working at Office Max, and I wasn't making no bread. I went to somebody's crib out in Parkside to buy beats. Nigga played me some beats. The beats was amazing. And he was just like, I was like, how much for a beat? And he was like, $2,000. And I was like, nigga, I don't make $2,000 a month. Like, my life was trash, right? My life was trash. So, you know, while I was there, I said, yo, your beats is worth $2,000. You're amazing, but I can't afford that. And I end up kicking it there with a whole bunch of people. And during that day, this man's name came up. And I was like, who's that? Who's Trax Trigger? And it was like, oh man, Don, you don't know Don? Ain't nobody fucking with Don. Like, he the best. So I was like, I gotta find Don. Like, who the fuck is Don? And I called my boy Joe Cross and was like, yo, you know who Trax Trigger? He was like, yeah, that's Don, like from the agency. He was like, I'll take you to see him. I went to Trax. I said, yo, he played me some beats. I was blown away. I said, yo, how much is your beats? He said, 200. I said, let me get two of them Jones right now.
Yeah.
And then I was back the next week, like, let me get two of them Jones. And then we ended up starting a label together.
I ended up doing like half the album at the time. And like, then I was like, yo, that nigga's nice. I was like, that nigga Dev is nice. And I was talking to my manager, Zeke. And I was like, oh, thank you. I was talking to my manager, Zeke. And I was like, yo, we got to sign him. And Zeke ain't believe how nice Dev was. And I was like, Dev did some song. Did we do the song together?
Nah, it was Shizort probably.
Shizort. You did Shizort. And he was like, yo, I was wrong. He's nice. And then I ended up signing, quote unquote signing, because we didn't
we didn't
do
really sign
paperwork,
people.
but I signed Dev, and then Dev was like a great leader and like led more people to Screwface. So I was like, dog, he needs to be part of this shit. And next thing you know, we just started running.
And we
that shit.
formed a
Shells, bomb, please.
We formed an
Bomb
army.
for my
we formed
fucking
an
guys.
army, and we was in a club acting wild, meeting chicks, doing disgusting things, raw dog in the bathroom. It wasn't me, it was him.
Wow.
It just went crazy.
I didn't go raw in the bathroom.
Huh?
I never went raw in the bathroom.
You didn't?
No, I had
That
a
was just
condom.
you, Dev.
Yeah,
I want to do. I want to do a lot of listening because I heard
I
about
had
y'all.
a condom on
in the bathroom.
in the bathroom.
But then you went home with her,
yes,
and you went raw.
yes. That seemed right.
What was it? Why the condom in the club to go raw at
I
the
didn't
crib?
think about it, bro. Like I had a look.
You
Listen,
thought it was
condom-
smart at the club,
I thought it was smart at the club,
and
I
then you
thought
got
that
comfy at the crib.
it wasn't. I didn't think she was gonna make it to the crib.
Right.
We was in the club. We did what we did, and then it was like, yo, she's cool as shit. Yo, what you doing after this? And then she came home with me, and I was like, I mean, I don't got no more. It ain't like I had like mad condoms. You know what I mean? I had one.
He used a good
I
one. He
used
used
it
the one
already.
he had.
So then it was like, all right, fuck it. And then we ended up chilling and
And it was raw ever since.
Boning raw.
Yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, this dude was a very, very bad influence on me. He's the reason why my dick went up on MySpace. He's the reason why I was doing a lot of stuff. But he's also the reason why I turned over a good leaf at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
I believe that to be true.
It's a definite fact. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, right now, he doesn't like the fact that I keep bringing up the him from a certain time period when he was wild, when he had his own porn site on. He had his own porn site. Oh no, wait.
You has your own porn site?
Yes.
Yeah.
He had his own porn site. Him and his girl. They had a porn site.
Not the girl I'm with now.
No, not the girl he's with now.
no.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell. That's my sister. I can tell. The reason why our dicks ended up on MySpace was because your girl that you're with now dared you to do something, and she did some shit too that y'all both did.
Yeah.
I'm telling on sis.
Yeah, she did it. She put some shit up on MySpace. I won't put all her shit out there, but she had dared me to put my dick up on MySpace. But see, I did it before then. I don't know if you remember. I did it before then.
I say I didn't know that.
This is the second time that it was up on MySpace.
Oh, okay.
The first time was because I noticed that MySpace would take your shit down if you put it up on the main pictures thing. But when we learned about Photo Bucket,
Yes.
that's when it got disgusting.
Photo
That's when it
Bucket
got
was crazy.
It got crazy.
Why y'all so?
all the
Why
pictures
y'all,
in
when,
Photo
when did
Bucket.
y'all get so loose with your meats?
I was always loose. I was loose with my
Listen,
joint. Like
one of the reasons that Dev
Because
came
y'all
to the
just
label,
like really
this
like,
sounds bad.
Yeah, it was up on it was up on my. I
No,
even
listen,
threw it
listen.
up on Craigslist.
No, listen, because this
just
is
to
the thing.
see.
I didn't know that I had like a dick that girls really was like, oh shit. I didn't know I had a big ass dick. I didn't know. I only been with one girl. I had only been with one girl, and of course she's gonna tell me my dick was big. So it was like, all right, that's cool. You know what I mean? But then when I was single and I started fucking new joints and they all like saying the same shit, then it was like, oh shit.
It's
So
true.
confident.
This is true, and I got super confident in it. Then I made a song about it. Then
Ooh.
Dev heard the song,
How the
and
song
Dev
go?
was like, "Oh, this nigga out here fucking with the bitches like I be fucking with the bitches."
yeah, it was terrible. I was disgusted.
Yeah, he's about
so-
one of my guys.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that
That was terrible.
Dev basically.
Yeah, that's a terrible thing, and it's bad to keep locking you into that time period.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna hold
exactly.
you to that. But this was something I wanted to talk about was like people actually do hold people to a certain time period all the time. Like you ever
Absolutely.
run into people that can't let go of whoever you were when you were 18, or I don't care if it was when you was 8. Porter Rich, like. Man, I knew that nigga when he was crying because somebody punched him when he was 8 years old. You know,
Right,
like dumb
yeah,
shit like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, we spoke. Well, I mentioned it a little earlier to Wally, like just like something similar to that. Like people don't grow. People don't grow. Everybody don't grow at the same time. Some people don't grow at all. You know, so it's like for people to hold you accountable for like how you was when you was 19 and now you 39.
Yeah.
It don't make no sense, my nigga. They say if you still thinking how you was thinking when you was 19, when you 39, nigga, you just lost 20 years. So
Knowledge.
You know,
No.
another thing with that is sometimes that's people's like peak. That's like where that's where they had the best time of their life at.
Right.
And
Yeah,
that's all
so-
they talk about.
Right, so that's the only part that they want to live. Because
That
the rest of
nigga
it is
is
like
Al
monotonous.
Bundy. He
Right.
scored 4 touchdowns
In a
at Polk
single
High,
game, yup.
and that was
I mean,
it.
don't get it fucked up because I was thinking about that earlier today. Like, don't get it fucked up. I love to reminisce. I love to reminisce, and it's not that I'm not doing nothing now, nigga. I'm active. I'm always hustling. Don't give a fuck who. If you watching me, nigga, you know I'm hustling. You know I'm trying. Like I'm getting to that next level, nigga.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I like to reminisce. We've been through some shit. And not only that, not only are we doing great shit, we've been doing great shit.
Right.
Me, all my dogs, my people, and it's okay because guess what? In the world we live in right now, a lot of people ain't gonna pat you on your back.
Right.
So you need to
true.
pat yourself on the fucking back and be
that's a
fucking like proud.
Nah, there's definitely people, people that always want to lock you into a box of just like, oh, I knew this nigga when he was in high school. He ain't had no bitches. He ain't had no money. Well, I do now.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
and that was so long ago. Mind you, I'm old as shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like we talking about 20 something years ago, my nigga. You're late.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like I said, they get locked in, and they don't have anything going on now. A lot of people, I'm not saying, not speaking of like Porter or people like Porter, but a lot of people don't have anything going on now, so they just only want to look back,
Right.
and they only want to, a person like me, I'm like still doing shit,
Right.
So I'm not thinking too much about what happened yesterday. It's like, yo, I got to move forward. I'm doing something right now, and I got something to do tomorrow.
Well, the
You know what I
craziest thing that I had to accept, this was like a crazy thing. It was my man Breeze that said this to me. He was like, you got to accept that you're somebody different to every single person you ever met in your life.
That's facts.
And there's nothing you could do about it.
Yep.
If a nigga just don't want to, you could be the knockout king. If a nigga just want to be like, man, Rich ain't knocking nobody out. Like if he think that in his mind, that's just what you got to accept. You're not going to be able to put that. Just like you ever meet somebody and they just be like, I don't know, I just get a vibe with him. He's a thief to me.
Yeah.
You be like, no, he's not. He's a stand-up nigga.
Right.
Like you're writing a whole person off on
Because
some,
of an assumption.
Yeah,
Right.
people do that.
Yeah, all the time.
all the
People
time.
always
Yeah.
have assumptions of me all the time. Like, oh, she stuck up, or oh, I'm probably one of the coolest. Down
You
to
are the
earth.
coolest, bougiest person I've ever known. I'll keep it real.
you.
Because this is the thing. No, she's 100% like real rap. Cool as fuck. But
Right.
you like some, you like some bougie shit.
But that go back to like something we spoke on like in the past where we talk about like writing people off, even in like relationship type shit. When you meet somebody writing somebody off right from the rip because they don't have the look.
Right.
Or they not
Right.
or the conversation is not right from the rip. They're crazy and you write somebody off. Who knows? This person could have been the best person for your life, man.
Right.
If you would have got to know them.
Right.
If you would have got to know them and learned that nobody's perfect. So of course they wasn't gonna be perfect. And the first thing you seen from them might have been their flaws.
Right.
Or a
Especially
flaw.
I'll tell this to women, like women that I've dealt with, whatever. People change. So I know like women will be beefing with somebody because they fought with the chick in 6th grade.
And still beef or with them now.
Like, yo, you was beefing over a nigga in 6th grade and y'all fought. Y'all do not have to be enemies now in 2020. This person might actually be your best friend or your greatest business ally. You gotta leave that shit. That'd be
Right.
like the holding grudges shit. But then
to play devil's advocate, right, and to shoot them some bail. Sometimes it's not the beef of what they did or what that person did, but the type of thing that they did, like the type of person you have to be to do something like that. You know what I mean? So sometimes they're not beefing with just that event, but the
how they
fact
went
that
about it.
oh, you're the type of person that could do this to somebody. I don't fuck with you. And I
yeah,
won't
but
ever
when
fuck
it was
with
6th grade, you're not
you. No, I
developed
mean-
as a human
right,
being.
Yeah, I mean
You feel what I'm saying?
that's different. That's like a little, you're adolescent at that point.
But that's real.
But no, it's facts. That's facts. But I'm saying like if you was beefing with somebody in high school, you know what I mean, or like right at freshman year of college or something like that, and now you 32, and it's like it's been 10, 12 years since college, but in college you homie, you fuck my girl. I don't fuck with a nigga that could fuck my girl. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I got you.
And know me. You know what I mean? I can't be cool with a nigga that can know me personally and then go behind my back and fuck my girl.
Yeah.
I can't be cool with that
Right.
nigga.
It's just-
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
I don't care. I
Yeah.
don't care if that's 12 years later.
I got
it's like
it.
I might not beef with you. I might not like want to fuck you up when I see you.
Right.
But it's like I'm never gonna be cool with you.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So because you're that type of person.
Because I'm the type of person that believe that maybe not when you get super older, but like when you're young, you like a different person like every 3-4 years. Like you're like when I think about like who I was at 16 and who I was at 18,
Right.
different.
Yep.
18, 21, different. 21, 25, different. I was in a
Different.
different zone. If a person knew me and they dropped off at 18 and they knew me at 23, it's like, yo, this is a completely, I'm in a different space.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The beautiful thing about that though is that we allow ourselves to grow. When you see it happening and you see the transformation coming in, whether you see you changing, it's how you interact with people. You changing certain things about yourself that might have been habit. Like it's beautiful. See the growth and appreciate it and embrace it. Guess what? Some people really think that staying the same is the shit.
Yeah.
Some people think you got some people that be like, man, I'm changing. Nigga, I'm too
I'm
old
never
to
gonna
change.
change.
Nigga, you
Yeah, I
30.
can't change.
You got a lot of changing to do.
Even Hov said, never change. And then he ended up changing and he said,
Yeah.
this is what it
Right.
is. You feel what I'm saying?
But that's part of growth. Part of growth is just, even if we say it, because I might have said it, even if we say it, part of growth is accepting it. Nah, nigga, we supposed to grow.
Right.
We supposed
But
to
a lot
change.
of people don't want to grow though. A lot of people want, like
And
Chuck
that's
said, they
sad.
want to be stuck at that peak
I think,
because that was their
again,
highest
they get
peak.
stuck in the peak.
And they get stuck there because that was the best thing that happened to them, and everything else.
And sometimes it's based off of who people expect you to be. Like in a large portion of my life, you know what I'm saying, that came later, I was on some like straight womanizing shit. Like that was my shit. Like I could never figured out a way to get the money, get to a bag. What I figured out was to get to women.
Right.
And then people that had money or whatever was just like, how he got all the chicks or whatever the case.
How he got all the same bitches that I'm trying to
Yeah,
get.
right. Like,
Yeah.
like, dog, I done flew this joint out. This nigga don't got nothing. And I think I fell in love with the idea, like everybody know me as the nigga that like I got the Jones and shit like that.
Right.
So it took a growth for me to get to the next level. And that's going to get to what I want to ask next is, why is it that a man, and this for any of y'all to answer, a man could be 100% loyal to his niggas, but not his girl? Like his niggas, it be like, bro, I never like. That nigga had a gun. I didn't have. It wasn't my gun. He was riding with me. I ain't telling. I'm going to jail for this nigga. I'm not motherfucking ever going to fuck his girl. I'm never going to do this. But kiss their wife on the forehead, go out, blaze 8 bitches.
I think that's part of social media. I think it's part of like how you're raised. I think it's part of like, take it back. Women are raised when you're younger, like find a husband, find someone that can provide for you, find someone that you can have kids with, find someone that can, provide and be that man for you. As a man, I'm not saying all fathers or mothers don't do this, but I don't know if people say you need to find yourself a woman and be loyal to her and protect her and do that. Not saying that's something that happens, but I think that in the eyes of TV, social media, in the industry,
It's idolized.
It's okay for a man to have 5 bitches and walk in the club and everybody knows he got 5 bitches and everybody will speak to every different bitch. Hi Lucy, hi Stacy, hi whatever, and nobody says anything. But if it's the other way around,
We getting ratted
like,
on ASAP.
girl, oh, you a hoe, you this, you that. Like,
That's a fact.
She came in here with one guy on this Saturday and one guy on that.
You think
It
it's still
kind
a
of
fact?
is. I think it's very acceptable for men to have multiple women or to cheat, not even cheat, but just do those kind of things, and it's more acceptable than a woman because
That's a fact,
people
because
leave women to higher standards. They like, oh, if you're a woman and if someone sees you flirting with another guy, oh, she's a hoe. But
Fact.
that don't make no sense. I
No,
can't
but I
have
feel
a
that. That's
conversation.
right.
No, that's true.
I think we started it and we inspired it, but I don't think we
Who's we?
Men. I think
Men.
we started it and we got
But
y'all
what
off.
you see on
Listen,
TV, guys on these reality shows having
Cheating on they girls.
Corey
the girls-
Guns, what's his name? The dad.
Guns.
Oh, yeah,
Peter
yeah,
Guns had two different women
Peter.
on
Peter.
two
But
different
listen,
levels.
standard
Like,
But
men,
listen,
no.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I agree with you, Chelsea. And I just say that I think, like, again, I think that it's our fault because I think we really, like, created that from us just being, like, no
yeah,
good,
oh, be loyal
no
to your
good
man,
niggas,
but
no
a
good
girl is
niggas,
replaceable.
Like,
That's
almost since the
how
beginning
it
of time
seems.
because we was the dominant ones. We the men. We the dominant
so
ones.
y'all
We
can
the-
do what y'all want.
We felt like
You saw
that.
fences,
we
right?
We felt like that. We thought like that. But
I'm gonna cry.
I
What
do
we
feel
was
like no, because I agree with you. But I do feel that nowadays it's already like a big thing, and it done blew up and it's gone. And some females feel like that's the way they need to move, and probably haven't even had that done to them, and that's how they operating now.
But I think no matter
Know
what,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
think
It's still
never going to change.
And
It's
she's
never
right
gonna
about the root
change.
because like Track's got a daughter. If your daughter's a teenager or whatever, or she 18, if she bring home 2 different boys, like I don't care, like
Friends.
a month apart,
Right.
you gonna be like, yo, what's good with that?
Yeah.
But if you had a son and he had one girl, and then one day you seen him with a different girl, it wouldn't be the same thing.
It wouldn't be the same. I would still question it, but only because I'm aware of social norms and I'm aware of trying to make sure that there's not a gender stigma. You know what I mean? I would try to, but I know in the back of my mind also that he a little boy, that's a little bit more acceptable. So I do know that. You know what I mean? But I would try to still hold him, even if I don't feel it. I would try to still hold him accountable so that he would feel it. You know what I
Right.
mean? So that maybe I'm breaking the chain somewhere. Because my dad definitely was, when I was with my first girl, my dad was like, that's probably not going to last. You need to be doing your thing. You know what I mean? Like my dad was like that, and he was right. It didn't last.
Yeah, you
And I
never
should've
gonna
been
tell
doing
your daughter that. It's never
But
gonna be
I'm
like, yo,
never
this
gonna
probably
say
not
that.
gonna last. Do your thing.
Right.
You know
yeah.
who says that though? The moms though.
But to
Not
be
do
honest,
your thing, not do your thing, not do your thing, but like
Don't put all your eggs in one
eggs in one basket. Like don't get caught up in all this because
But-
this is not gonna last forever.
But to be honest, is that something wrong to tell your daughter, even coming from a father, saying you're like, yo, don't get your hopes up on these niggas?
I don't think it's
They
something
play.
wrong if you're a dad and you know deep in your heart, like, this isn't what's it. But I think if you're telling your son or something like, hey, you know what, go out, you young, live what you want to do what you want to do. That's what you hear from your boys. That's what you hear from your dad. That's what you hear from your friends. And then as a girl, you're like, find yourself a man. Find yourself somebody this. When you're in high school, find yourself a man that can provide for you. Find yourself somebody you can have kids with. Find somebody. It's always,
That's a
as a
fact.
woman in your head, it's like you have to find somebody to provide. As a man, it's like, find bitches.
Now,
Just
now this
do
is what
whatever.
this is what I think. I think it goes a little further than that. Like, this is something that I learned from this dude. This is when I say, like, even though he was bad influence and he's the reason why my dick was up on MySpace, but this dude,
Viral.
this
Never gonna let that
dude,
down.
like, no, this dude.
Y'all niggas was doing a lot of dick games.
It was like it was a lot of
other.
it was
I know what
You sound like that.
I just want to mention that for the record because
Not for
I
each
didn't
other.
know
What,
that-
what cameras?
I knew
Not
that-
for each other.
No, because I met Trax and I knew y'all for a long time, and I didn't know y'all was doing all this dick slinging pictures. Y'all freaks. Y'all real freaky niggas.
I'm not going to deny that part.
but-
Y'all
not
real
not
freaky
together.
niggas.
But nah,
Not
it was
together.
like a time period. It was like me, Trax, my homeboy Shotty, all of us. We all made a pact to leave our girls. We was going to leave our girls. We was like, yo, we leaving our girls this
Like
year. nigga.
everybody
We
at the
leaving
same
our
time,
girls.
like a group
like
demonstration.
we leaving these Jones. We about to wow the fuck out. And he was the only one with enough sense to be like, nah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna stay with my girl.
yeah.
Y'all niggas is tripping, right?
I'm not leaving my girl.
We all ended
And
up.
I told them they was bugging, so I was like, nah, y'all are wilding right now.
Yeah, we all ended up leaving our girls and crying afterwards because we couldn't get them back. We was
Mad
just
songs.
sad
Niggas
niggas.
made
we
mad
made mad
songs.
love songs.
Yeah.
We was fucked up.
Nah,
she
niggas
won't
was
come
so
back to
sad.
me. Like we was fucked up. But I watched this man move over the years, and I watched how he was, where he was like, yo, this nigga will not cheat on his girl. Like, I'm like, yo, we out here wilding. This nigga would not. And he said something to me one day, and he was like, yo, the reason why I wouldn't do that with my girl, he said, my girl is really my nigga. He said, like, I fuck with my girl. Like, this my friend, bro. He said, so the same way I wouldn't do some foul shit to you,
Yeah.
my girl on the same level why I never do no foul shit. And in my mind, my girl was always like, almost not an enemy, but like a frenemy. Like you got like it was
like your girl, but she wasn't your nigga.
right. It's like, yo, my niggas is my niggas. They riding with me doing this and that. My girl, sometimes she don't believe in me. She on my back about this and that. We don't see. Like, I never put my girl in a position
That's
where
real.
where it was like, she's my nick. Cause I looked at like, we gonna break up and never talk to each other again. Me and
That's
these
why I
niggas
said
is never,
replaceable.
we gonna be together forever. So once he put that in my head, that's what I started like,
Right, trying to
looking
mention,
for-
like, basically like trying to train yourself to get that. Because the thing with that too, like you said, like you was looking at your girl like your friend of me and was like, sometimes she don't support me. What your niggas sometimes don't support you. Your niggas,
Absolutely.
and they still your niggas.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
so it's
right.
like your
And
girl
you still
might not.
riding out for them.
Right,
You
exactly.
still
So
doing
even
everything
your
you're supposed
girl,
to do.
even if she's not supporting you, if you put her in that same category as like, yo, that's my people. I'm not going to do her wrong. I know she got her flaws. I know sometimes we butt heads, whatever, but at the end of the day, that's my girl. If you put her in that same category.
right. And
I
that
think it might be
partially
easier.
could have been an excuse because like back in the day, I had like a shorty and I used to call this other girl my real girl.
Yeah.
Like when I used to talk to Trex and I'm like, yo, I'm about to go to my real girl house. And they used to be like, what? My real girl was actually my side girl.
Right.
I used to call her my real girl because she fucked with everything I did. It was like, no, nigga.
Yeah, she
These
was a
niggas
fan
ain't
of the-
fucking with you in rap, nigga.
Yeah, she was a
These
fan of
niggas
the
ain't
rap.
fucking with you. Yo,
Yeah,
beat
that's-
these niggas
that's
the
the
fuck
type
up.
of support you need.
Like she was just like, man, fuck that nigga, punch on him. You know what I'm saying? Like she just had that thing where it's like, you the ultimate nigga. I don't care what none of these motherfuckers is talking about. And I used to kind of go there for like mental sanctuary. It was like I'm at my crib with my girl for real.
Right.
And then I'm hearing, I don't know, what are you doing with this music business? Meanwhile, we eating with Russell Simmons, chilling, eating lunch. You know what I'm saying? Talking about shit. I wouldn't even tell my girl
Right.
what was going on at Russell Simmons Music Group or whatever, because my girl was a non-believer. But I would go to what I call my real girl crib because we had more of that, like he said, the friendship.
Right, yeah.
But that can't work when you got something
But
else
that's why
going on.
you gotta find somebody that's like your friend.
Everything.
That y'all can support each other and they can let you know, like, when you fucking up, like, yo, you slacking. You need to come on. We need to,
Right.
we need to hustle. We need
And
to figure it out.
that's what changed my thing though, was this nigga and that outlook made it
So
switch
see,
up.
all my influence ain't just put your dick up on the internet.
It wasn't.
Right.
Sometimes I'm actually the friend. A lot of times I find myself in that friend position where it's just like, that sound like a bad idea, bro.
Yeah.
You
I
need
wouldn't do
those
that.
friends though.
I'm that friend.
This
You
is
need
the
that.
number one dev.
They the best friends.
Yeah. He's the number one dev. Put the gun back.
I am that dude.
He's the number one dev. Please. Like,
You need listen.
need
You
that.
need
The
that.
voice
dog.
of
I have
reason.
saved many lives.
no.
You need that. Like, listen, I got my guy. Shout out to my nigga G Dub, my nigga G Nice. Y'all met Nice
Yeah.
crazy, and he's like that for me. I didn't took Nice on shootouts where he didn't know we was gonna be on a shootout. He was just with me.
That's fucked
and,
up.
yeah. It happened. Ask him. He'll tell
I took
you.
him on kidnappings. He knew it was a kidnapping,
Yeah,
and
I
he
do.
still
Nah,
went. So
yeah,
that's why.
I still
That's
roll
why I
with
fuck with him, because he's supporting me on that level. But when it's time to go do some shit, he still roll with
Yeah.
me. You know what I'm saying?
That's real homie love.
That's some
Like he
real
rolled
homie
with
love.
me. He rolled with me to still do that. You feel me? So
Yeah, absolutely.
So I absolutely respect that.
I made
man.
a promise in a song too, and
That's the crazy part.
I made a promise in a song on some shit that I thought would never happen, and then I remember talking to my boy. I was just like, I mean, it's my nigga, so I'm gonna ride anyway. But damn, I wish I ain't like record that promise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
He
that
said in the
promise was
song, if
recorded.
that was to happen, he would do this, and then it really happened, and he had to go do that.
Yeah.
So it was like, and I thought about that too. I said, oh, niggas is living out
How
these
long-
bars.
Yeah, I
How
wasn't
long-
just like
How long?
rapping.
How long have you guys like y'all relationship? How long y'all rolling with now?
2004.
Yeah. That's
Oh
what-
wow.
And
2000.
this shit that happened when we had to go do that was probably 2007.
Have you ever told that story?
Nah. I
Don't do-
almost
don't
like
do it on
I
this pod.
almost
Do
feel
it-
like
wait.
that shit is like literally a movie, because
Yeah,
like
it
when I
is.
tell most people that
They
don't believe it until other people that was, because there was a lot of people involved that be like, nah, nigga, I remember that happened. Like this shit was goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like some
Listen, I don't know if you'll get to it on this pod, but
no, eventually.
this.
I might bring some of the
Nigga got
people
some
that's
stories,
involved.
man.
Yeah. on it, you know what I'm saying? Facts.
That's the beautiful thing. You got time now.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got
absolutely.
time.
I got time now.
He got time, cuz.
Shit, you
My
got
favorite
time,
nigga. Yeah, I
cuz.
got time, cuz.
You got time, cuz.
But also, everybody here done dabble somewhat in the music business. She styles people in the music business. Obviously, we know Porter's a rapper. He's a rapper. I'm a washed rapper. I used to be a rapper, and now I'm just a nigga
You're
that
not
draw
a washed rapper.
I
though.
just draw cartoons now and logos.
And I mostly just write raps.
I mean, it's best. Listen, let me be honest. Since you minimizing shit, it's best that we minimize it. Because the minute you start patting yourself on your back and telling the truth, like, yo, I'm like a fucking nigga, I could draw, whatever. I don't even want to get into the truth. So it's best we minimize shit. Because when you maximize, when you just not even maximize, when you just be honest, people hate, man. It's the world we live in. People
Yeah,
hate.
that's
If
true.
you can't do what I do, nigga, and you ain't congratulating it, then I'm not surprised if I see you fucking hating, nigga.
Right.
You know what's
Like,
funny,
even if you
people-
hating, trying to look like you congratulate, but I know you hating, nigga. Like, pick a side, nigga.
right. That's a fact.
You
A,
mean?
a
'Cause
lot
I
of
know
times
niggas
people
is
tell me
haters.
not to minimize. They be like, yo, you gotta big yourself up more. And
For
then
real?
I start doing it a little bit, just a little bit. And niggas be like, Drax conceited as hell.
Yeah,
Oh, this nigga
nah.
think he the shit.
That's
I don't
facts.
fuck with him no more. You know what I mean?
That's
It's
fact.
like bigging myself up could actually hurt my business.
But what I want to talk about is, it was something I talked about on a different show before, and a lot of people asked me about it. It was like the most asked thing ever in my inbox, and it was actually about music sync labels and about landing music in movies and things like that. So just a quick back history. Shout out to Frankie Storm. You know what I'm saying? That's our mentor and everything like that. When I met Trax, he already had some placements. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was actually on like Terror Squad's group album. You didn't have the best song on that album. You're one of my best friends, but
Nah,
you didn't have the best.
I did.
You
But
didn't.
I heard about that, though.
You
I
didn't.
did.
You had the second best song on that album.
No, because Prospect was cheating
How?
because he sounded like P.
So
So that was cheating to me.
I'm just,
like,
all right,
Cuban
I'm
didn't
just
sound
saying
like
beat.
nobody.
Listen, I'm saying beat for beat. You had Cuban Link single. You had
Right.
on that album.
Yeah, all around
the
the world.
Prospect. single, 99 Live, was better than that.
It was fire.
I'm just trying to keep it real with you.
Yeah, I was hating.
Okay.
I was mad. Okay.
That's legendary shit.
But
bro.
that's
just so you know.
No, like
Pun
who
was alive when I was
Right.
fucking with
No,
Terror
I
Squad.
know.
Yeah,
That was-
and
that
who
was-
named you?
know.
Who named you just to let people know, man?
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe.
Fat
So
Joe.
his
Well,
ni-
wait. To be fair, Fat Joe named me AP, and the tracks came later.
okay.
And then I turned from
What was the AP?
tracks,
What-
Action Pack.
Action Pack.
He called me Action Pack Tracks because all my beats, I was sampling movie themes and shit like that at the time, and I was sampling like action movies. This is back when Cameron had the fucking. Remember Cameron
I know
sampled some piece.
I know what
some
you're talking
cop show.
about.
Anyway, I was sampling a bunch of those joints, so all my beats sounded like a, you know, it was like a lot of that type of shit. And he was like, all your beats sound like fucking action movies. You like got action
so
packed
listen,
tracks.
would it
They
be
named me
safe
that.
to say that the legendary, cultural, one of our own, Fat Joe Don Cartagena, he helped you, he influenced you and put the battery in your back at a young age?
Absolutely.
He
I mean,
supported
now,
you.
I was doing it before that, but he
Right.
definitely showed me that it was real.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And had you thinking like, I could.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
possible.
yeah.
Yeah, for me, he
absolutely.
was the first nigga that I ever knew from the hood that was like, oh shit, like this nigga, like at the time, like I was on a run. I wasn't even living here. I was living down south, living like on some underground shit.
That goes back to that story I was telling you about.
But this nigga, like I remember niggas being like the Bull Don from Parkside, like this nigga got a joint on the Terror Squad album and like playing that joint and being like, yo, this shit the second best joint on his album. You know what I'm
That was
saying?
a classic project,
no,
though.
No,
a
it was.
super classic.
Yeah.
But from there, when we linked up, we started landing songs in different like TV shows and you know and things like that. But I wanted to talk more about the indie sync labels and you know what I mean, and like
Right.
and music sync labels and how that shit work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm actually on a indie sync label called Bank Robber Music, and what they do, and I'm not saying every place does this, but what they do in particular is they'll sign artists that they know they can get a lot of syncs for. A sync is basically getting your music played behind a movie or behind a TV show, video game, commercial, internet advertisement, whatever. They pay a lot of money. They pay a lot of money to use your music because it costs a lot more money to use somebody's song that's already doing fine by themselves.
Right.
You know, so I don't want to name like any specific artist, but let's say a Kanye West or something like that is charging $150,000 to use Black Skinheads. They'll go through their catalog and see who has something in the same realm or something that even feels like that.
Let's be real. Let's be honest.
Okay.
Niggas have done complete rip-offs of the beats.
Absolutely.
Do a rip-off of the in the club beat back then from
Right.
like 50 Cent, and
Yeah.
that shit will be playing on Room Raiders. You get
Yep.
your check,
Yeah.
and instead of the beat going like, it goes the opposite, where it's just like,
dun, 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 dun. And that's it. But that's the type of. But you could hear that shit right now. You watch one of them. Keeping Up with the Kardashians or something like that, and you listen in the background, you feel like you listening to some Mary J. Blige song or some shit like that, and it's like, oh nah, that's not the song. It sound like it, but
It's
that
a
ain't it.
knockoff.
Yeah, it's a knockoff, and they paid somebody $30,000 to make that knockoff, so they didn't have
Absolutely.
to pay Mary $100,000.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? So you make good money doing that. shit.
Game,
Yeah,
gems.
I remember the
Gems.
first check we got for like 20 grand. I couldn't believe it, nigga.
Yep.
I
I
said,
fucked
this
that
shit is
whole
real.
check up.
Shit, for that, John, we didn't even really write records, really. Like,
No,
we went
we
in
was just
there.
freestyling.
I went in there and freestyle. He made a bunch of beats. I went in there and freestyled shit, and we sent a bunch of shit in. And
Yeah, they came back and picked one. But the thing that they picked, the one that still pays me and Dev, like, not the one, because we get paid from a bunch of them, but the one that really paid a lot was this one. It was a real song that
Yeah.
Dev did. And it was the most vulgar.
yeah,
It was crazy. It was the most vulgar song ever. Dev
Yeah, my
killed
raps
it.
was just as perverted as my regular
but
activity.
he killed it though, right? And then they picked it, and then like, yo, we're gonna pick that one, but we need it censored. Can you clean that joint up? And I'm like, all right, that's gonna be a lot of blank outs. And they're like, oh no, you got to replace the words. This man had to go back
Keep it
and
real.
replace every single, not just the curse words, but every single nigga, every single sexual reference, and he made it rhyme exactly.
I used every single rhyme sound, vowel sound, still
It
came up
was-
with a punchline so that it felt exactly the same I remember feeling like, nigga, I'm that nigga.
That was the most impressive. Yeah, no,
You
that
just
shit was
said
crazy.
that. Like, nigga, how you feel now, nigga? You still.
No, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, it was just like, oh shit, because I remember doing it being like, yo, you can't tell. Like, and I still come up with a new, okay, I said this word instead, and I came up with a new punchline to save it. And yeah, man,
That
we was
says
able
a
to do
lot
that.
about your artistry.
Yeah, just creating shit. We just like to create.
I don't think a lot of people know that about you, though. I think people know, but they don't know.
They just know me as like a dude on a podcast being stupid. But like, nah, I make stuff. That's what I do is I make shit.
But you're like a multi-hyphenate.
Super. No,
okay,
super.
you don't just draw
Super.
shit. You don't just like sit here and be on podcasts. You do more than that. Like,
Super.
People need to highlight that about you. Like,
but he
granted, he's humble, but he's a multi-hyphenate.
They be the
And
most
that's what's
difficult.
up.
They be the most difficult type because we all talented here. You know what I mean? Everybody talented. We surround ourselves with talented people. We're just birds of a feather flock together.
Right.
But no bullshit though. You all over the place, and in every place you in, you
make money.
Thrive.
You strong
Yeah,
in
you
it.
one of the best,
You
if not the
thriving
best.
and you strong in, bro. To where like
Appreciate it.
a lot of people can't get with that, and they can't like. That's some shit like to really hate on because it's like really like it's really like genius level.
Well, what
shit.
I will say, man, is for the most part, I appreciate it because for the most part, I get love, man.
Yeah.
The hate that I see is be real small, be a couple people. For the most part, bro, that should be
Yeah.
people hit me up and it's all, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
positive.
it's all love.
Positive shit, you know what I'm saying? But real quick, man, I just want to say once again before we get out of here, we appreciate everybody that's outside working for the essential businesses. While some people are sitting home getting those
Facts.
checks. I don't get one of those checks. I'm I'm an independent business owner.
We own places.
Yeah,
They ask us for money. They don't.
Yeah,
They don't give it.
Yeah,
to
they
us.
changed the joint. They was just like, nah, nigga, we're giving it to $1,000 to every
employee that
employee
you have.
you got. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's just about a bitch.
Listen, real quick, while y'all getting them checks, I just want to put a thought out there. And it's something I talked about with my homies earlier in a group chat. When you get that check, please don't let that check blind you and make you forget about all the people we losing and the people's families who losing people, because I feel like that's what it is. It's like almost like a payoff to say, here, nigga, forget everybody we losing and all the people who losing. We losing our elders. And
that's what the American soldiers do when we over there in Iraq or something. You drop a bomb on a house and kill somebody's son in that house. They hit them off with that bag of that bread. That's real shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like a Band-Aid. You know what I'm saying? Like that's real shit.
Stay woke.
Yo, so everybody stay woke. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy
safe.
your family. Stay safe.
Wash your hands, please.
Yeah, wash your hands, glove up, whatever you got to do. You don't understand. These microphones probably not going to work no more because they've been doused in so much Lysol. You know what I'm saying? But we on our way up out of here, man. Everybody, man, we appreciate you for tuning in once again. Peace.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Don Michael Jr. Come take a walk with me.
Don't gotta catch a second wind, this shit like breathing to me. Salt and pepper beard now, Lord season to me. I'm a veteran, this war shit is easy to me. Was ops, but they fans now, that's getting even to me. Seen people try to kill themselves to get reposted more. People that's dead to me asking who I'm ghosting for. I don't accept it, but they'll hear this, so they'll know I read it. Don't block them either, let them see us while I'm getting older, man, I ain't supposed to be here. Look at these charts, I'm like, I ain't supposed to be here. Writing for rappers, that's like at my fucking age now. Getting so comfortable with it, I probably sleep here. Dare you to find a young boy from the hood I ain't give game to. Swear that I made everybody better when I came through. Don't be mad at me if I'm the one that bring the flame through. Blaming everybody else, but you won't never blame you. I got comfortable inside my skin, don't let them change me. I got too much fucking pride in what I hate me. I'ma change this world before it's all over. Hit me in between the eyes when you aim it.